Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed and welcome to my studio. So my studio is actually in my house. I have a craft room that is sitting kind of in the front area of my house so I can look out the window and check out what's happening all around us. So just a little kind of quickie tour, and I was in the process of cleaning up and then I realized I don't need to be pristine. You guys know what a craft room looks like, and it doesn't have to be perfect because none of us are perfect. None of us are going to keep a super tidy area for our crafting space. So this is my actual craft desk. This is where all the magic happens that I do. And there's my daughter's little aprons that she wears. And we have an extra one that she got from another friend when she went to a birthday party. And so now we have one when a friend comes over because she has her friend come over and play every now and then. So it is an octagonal table. I think it's an octagon, that's 8, right? And I have all my crafty supplies. Whenever you guys see me do my videos and I say, look at all the stuff, it's just off camera. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. All that stuff off camera is where I'm at. Because it's not a purely square table, I did put a foam core board underneath that I then painted, but I have something new coming that you're gonna be seeing in the videos soon. I decided to go ahead and break down and get myself a giant craft mat. That's one of those self-healing mats. So that's going to be coming in at the black. So if you see videos that are a little bit different, there you go. And then like one of my latest projects is right there. And then some stuff that I brought back from Creativation. And there's a new package that I'm going to be opening and unboxing soon. So stay tuned for that. That's with a new company I might be working with. So it's like a little sampler and kind of a test run to see if it's going to work out between us, which I'm excited about. This is my crafty storage. This entire space right here. Look at that. And I've even gotten into up top, which is kind of a mess right now. Shh, don't pay attention. And then over here, this is where we keep our computers and stuff. I've taken over up top here, down to here, and I've, added a few things into the stash and some, just kind of took over a little bit of some other doodads here and there. So this is a giant IKEA unit that I got a while ago, and it's a 5, so it's got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, and then 5 down. And some of them I put in the cabinets, as you can see here. Some I put in a double drawer in black. Some of them I put in a double drawer in white. And then I also put in these pull-out containers. So let me just show you. I'm going to open up a little bit right here. And at first I thought, well, I'll talk about the red ones in a minute. At first I thought, well, let me label them, but then I don't. So I've got, because I change things around here quite a bit depending on what companies I'm working with, or, as I purge things and get new stuff, so there it is. This is my punches, some big punches, and then below that, I have some other punches. Over here, I got more punches. A little punch happy right now. And I have more punches. So I've got 4 drawers for punches. Over here, I have some stamps, various types of stamps, and also some inks. This is not all of them, but this is, some of the stamp companies I worked with and things. Over here, I have miscellaneous tools. I need to go through and revamp this because I don't get into this drawer very often. And I love this thing. I just keep ready to pull it out. This is my paint drawer where I keep a lot of my paint palettes and some of my other painty stuff. And then down here is kind of like my glue drawer, various glue dots and things like that. Up here is my sewing drawer, which might be getting a little bit bigger here in a little bit. Various sewing stuff. And then up here is my mixed media drawer. This is up here because I don't want to forget to use it, and I'm going to be talking about that in a video yet to come. That came from Dina Wakely. All right, over here, we are now in the corner. I have one of those old scrapbook. I actually got it from a company that was going out of business. It's one of those 12 by 12 where you can put your sheets of paper. And below that is one of the Michaels storage things that you can stack one on top of the other. And let me get my aprons out of the way. There, you can kind of see it going down. Some of the stuff that I work with, this is where I keep my paper trimmer. I usually also host my giant, trimmer. There's a little pot down there. That plastic bin is where I do some of my etching stuff, some of the clay companies, things like that. And then I have a couple hooks. Of course, I have to store things on top because I'm running out of room. I have a couple hooks, and this is where I've hung up a lot of the badges that I've gone to. This is the latest one from Creativation. Also my aprons that I use, just stuff. just kind of things. I do store things on the ground because I'm running out of surface space. I don't have any more walls to hang things on. So I tend to like sometimes have crates and I'll be using it, or I'll have my unit and, you know, or like I'll have a bag that's got things in it. I think this was the bag that had all my Canvas Core stuff for my December daily. And then this is the newest unit. This was in one of my kids' rooms actually, and I've taken it over and it's a bit of a mess because, you know, this is things that I need to work with. This is kind of like my in pile or projects I need to work with soon. This is like the space of, okay, got to work on that. I think I'm going to be putting, usually that little tote sits up here. I need to move it back. You know, more projects as I get stuff in, you know, binders and just odds and ends of things that I have. This is some mail I've gotten in recently and also some giveaway stuff that's going to be going out and it hasn't gone there. The boards, that's what I take pictures on. I use foam core boards to take pictures. I have a black one and I have a white one, and it works really, really well. I've got to have my Ot light. See, I'm super low-key already. I don't have a super fancy studio with all the state-of-the-art stuff. I really kind of mix and match what comes along, and I use what I have. And I try not to spend a ton of money on it because it's constantly changing. Over here, I have these magnetic boards I got from my mother-in-law. She gave them to me, and I think I bought a couple myself. And what I've done is I've taken scrapbook pages, instead of just stuffing them in albums right away, I've went ahead and put them up on these magnetic frames. And so it's like little pieces of art. It's like having, you know, like framed art on the wall with my kids' faces on it, or me, or whatever. So I've got those kind of all around the house, but I do have a few here in the room. Okay, the red bins. Now, this was one of my genius ideas when I installed this big IKEA unit, is I needed more than just a few drawers. And I wanted to be able to pull the drawer out and to use it. So they had these red units where you could get 2, or it'd be a big one like you see right there. And so what I decided to do, this is like my genius part, is they were short. So let me show you the length of one of them. Okay, so that's the length. That's only a portion of the length of the entire depth of this whole unit. So I'm going to show you my trick. There's another one hiding back there. Isn't that awesome? So I was able to pull the wall unit out of the wall by about 2 inches. About 2 inches. And if you notice, these guys are not flush in here as well. They do stick out just a tiny bit. So I could put one completely back, and I can pull this bin out, and I can reach through and grab the next bin. And it gives me double the amount of storage. And then I push that one back, and then the same goes for this. So for this one, behind that is another big one like this. So this has got all my tattered angels in it. Love all my mists. This one, what's this one got? Oh, this one's got, oh, leaves for flowers. What's this one got? Oh, this is my Xyron one. Got my Xyron one. In here is my Canvas Core Tattered Angels 7 Gypsies one. And then behind that is a whole stack of flowers. In here is flowers. And then another one behind that is all flowers. This is my swirls and gem and bling. So if I ever need anything blingy, it is in here. I mean, ta-da, blingy, blingy. I've been blessed to be able to work with a ton of companies, and therefore I've been able to kind of gather and to work and to, you know, get supplies, which is fantastic. This is some of my big Tattered Angels containers right here. What is in here? Oh, this is my glitter drawer. I don't want to open it because it's so overstuffed. It's not even funny. It's my glitter drawer. And here is more glue. What is in this one? Oh, this is more flowers. I have a lot of flowers. This is another Tattered Angels one. This is alcohol inks and things. This is another Tattered Angels. I have a lot of Tattered Angels. This one is all different types of other paints that are just, you know, various other paints and paint daubers that are in here. I think my Faber-Castells are in here too. I tend to organize by company that I'm working with. So for instance, since I'm working with Tattered Angels, it's probably going to be up front because I do a lot of stuff with them. In here, I've got my etch-all stuff. So that's going to be up front and center because I work with them quite often, you know, just stuff like that. Now down here in these big ones, I also have products. So for instance, like this one's all my card making stuff. That one is all my supplies of, let me open it up and show you. So in this drawer is my drawer of keepable junk items. So little boxes and things that I can alter, boards, you know, artist boards. So some of these things I've just saved, you know, like the Domino's bag that I could alter because it's a really pretty white bag, and why throw it away? You never know. So I do lots of stuff like that. That's what this drawer is all about. This is my I need to put away pile. I haven't sorted and organized and put that away. So this is all my card stuff again. In this drawer, that is my chipboard drawer, all my fun chipboard. The other one I love, and I get into every now and then, this is my alphabet sticker drawer. Among a few other things. So for instance, like I've got some swirls that are just too big to fit into other spaces because it doesn't fit into my other swirly drawer. This is my miscellaneous drawer where I'll put some miscellaneous items. I really don't. Even more chipboard alpha, you know, some burlap pieces. This is a drawer that tends to, I don't get into it as much because it's kind of a miscellaneous scenario. It's my die cutting drawer. I get into that quite a bit, and I know I've got a couple of them, but I tend to pull my Cuttlebug a lot. I don't tend to use the other one as much. My kids' crafting drawer. I gotta have a space to put all their fun stuff, so all their coloring books and just odds and ends of little things. I mean, they purge off my desk, but I gotta give them a little something too. So going back to my desk, just kind of show you guys how I do a little bit of filming, and I might be altering this soon, but this is my setup for my filming. We took some extra molding, and my husband made this for me, and I have my webcam set up here, which is what I film. Right now I'm filming on my camera because I need to walk around. I also have a ton of storage on here. So these are these Deflecto bins that I've got all the X's, and that's where I keep a ton of my pieces, my pens, my paintbrushes, that kind of stuff. These are my little crafty containers that I've made. I had a video on these earlier, and I use them. This has got my pens in it. And then I got another one over here that I made with it, and that one I have not decorated. I had 3 of those. It's my glue jar, sitting there ready to go. And then I tend to shove a ton of stuff just off camera, and I leave it out. Like for instance, I will grab these and I will use them. Gotta have my ghost ink when I'm using my Renia. This is my little stash left over that I need to sort and put away. Some of these things I just haven't put it back away because I have another crafty thing I'm going to show you here in a minute. But sometimes if I just leave it just off camera, because my camera is kind of like that flower would be the edge of where my camera normally would shoot. If I leave it just off camera, it's sitting there, I'm more likely to pull and grab it. So I have little containers, as you can see kind of over here. Oh, there's the drawer I pulled out. And that's the other reasons why I like these red drawers, is I can pull them out, go through them. Like this is my stickle drawer, and all my like pearlescent things and, you know, perfectly pearls and, you know, lots of fun stuff. My kids love to get in this drawer. But I'll keep supplies just off camera because I never know when I'm going to need them. Like I have, this is kind of like my little stash of maybe I'll use it. You know, I really need a purge back here, but it continues. There's stuff, like there's a pillar of flowers. There is this little container full of stuff that I need to go through. I've got more containers back here full of stuff that, you know, my kids, I kind of go, if it's in there, kids, you can play with it kind of thing. You know, and here's the containers I was talking about, the Deflecto containers, and I did decorate them a long time ago. This one I haven't decorated yet. And then, you know, just stuff, just things I'm working on. All right, so now I'm getting into my secondary space. This is my workspace, so I spend a lot of time. I do have another set of like a rolling thing that I work right here. There's my full trash. Shh. I have a full trash. I need to empty my trash can. And all my storage containers, these are those 12 by 12s you can put papers in. And I have, like, for instance, up here is a lot of cardboard stuff. The one just below that, this is all about canvas core papers and 7 gypsies. Below that is all my Renia foiled papers. And then below that is miscellaneous. And then I've got my die cuts with a few stacked papers are in here as well. And then on top of that, I have another Deflecto storage where I keep a lot of my, just random stuff. So some of my, you know, different kinds of textured fibers and burlap and ropes and things like that from canvas core that I use a lot. And then my filled desk. I read a thing that said once, if your desk is full of stuff, then, and it's not, to you it's organized, it means you're creative. Well, I guess I must be creative because it's always full of stuff. Right now I'm in production mode. I've got a video that I'm about to start editing. I can't talk today. I've got all my business cards from AFCI. I've got some, you know, my cards that I've been working on for my Valentine's Day swap. I got to have my drink, you know, water. Right now it's water. My phone charging station. I've got even more supplies stashed back over here. You know, I've even got stuff up here. This is where I keep a few of my projects that I've done. you know, paperwork I need to keep, I keep in that jar. You know, I've got some like here staplers. This is like a drawer of projects that I'm keeping. I might have to relocate that because I'm running out of space and I need it. And then up here, I've got even more storage happening. This is, I keep this vase up here because it's one of those, I'm going to do something with it. I need to create with it. And if it sits there and stares at it, I'll do something with it. I've got this giant thing from Deflecto that I've kept all my ribbons in. Some inks up there. Oh, there's my old lanyard. I was wondering where I stuck that. I was looking for that one the other day. I'm going to pull that out too. Some old projects. Again, I've got these little votives I want to do something with. There's another storage unit back here where I keep even more little things. I kind of hide them with some crafty things here and there, some spools that are just got so much ribbon on them, it's no point in taking them off. I don't need to do that. I've got even another little storage thing back here. I've got even more storage stuff stuffed back here because I don't get to it as much, but it's there when I need it. You know, just, you know, here is my, oh, a lot of my art journals and things are stashed back here. So my messy desk. Don't you love my messy desk? So I hope you enjoyed my craft room tour. It's a fun little room. It's in the front of my house where I can be, and I can still be kind of in the hubbub of my kids. The kitchen, the living room, everything is really close. That way I can kind of jump up if I need to in the middle and take care of everything with my kids. So being a stay-at-home mom and doing my crafty business, it's kind of the blend of both worlds. So I've carved out this little 10 by 10 space for myself and crammed it, let me tell you, crammed it full of everything. And it's always a work in motion. Get back to me with the exception of the giant big unit. And 2 years and it might be different. 6 months, it might be different. And that's what's kind of fun. I also love the fact that I can stay here at home, work on my space, and be in my sweatshirt and my yoga pants and my running shoes and no makeup and just no muss, no fuss. That's kind of me. I'm a very low-key kind of girl. So hope you enjoyed my little craft room tour, and I hope this has inspired you, and I've given you a couple of fun tips about what you can do in your craft room. And please leave a comment if you have any questions, and thanks so much for stopping by, and please subscribe. Bye-bye.